welcome back. 1 week ago, Michal posted quite an interesting video on his YouTube channel about creating beautiful gradients. So, I propose you today to take a look how we can implement beautiful gradients with MagicGradients and Xamarin.Forms. But before we begin, just go down to the description of the video and take a look on his video first to know how we will do that. And meanwhile, I will show you how we can implement that. So, first of all, please search for MagicGradient in the GitHub. Yeah, we don't start with empty solution, we're starting with a repo of MagicGradients. Why? Because we have a playground where we'll start from. Also, for Android, you could already try to install it from App Center, the latest build of the playground. But I will go with another way. I will just download the MagicGradients repository, the master branch, and if I open a Finder, I can see a couple solutions. To be honest, it's only one solution with everything and a couple smaller if you need to only open something. For us, it will be really useful just open a MagicGradients.playground solution file to have only playground there, because we don't want to go in the deep today with implementation. So after opening, you can run your solution for Android, iOS. Today I will show everything on iOS, but it will work in 100 the same way for Android. So let's open Playground. As you may know from that video, we will focus on linear gradients. So let's create some of them. From the beginning we have 3 colors. I don't think we need them, so let's just delete one of them. And we, I think, already have pretty same colors, but we would like to go just in the same way like Michal goes his video, so just let's select the darky one, for example. So now we have a gradient from the 2 same colors. And here we have that line where we'll change our color. We provide in our playground only hex or RGBA colors, so we can't go with a cell, but we can go with a cell with a CSS because we're supporting that. Here we can just make the same by drag and drop the slider. For example, go slightly darker, but not so much, because we know from that video that not a good example. A slide, for example, this gradient will be okay for us. Now let's go to properties. Each time change angle. As you heard, it should be from the corners. Gradients supports 360 degrees, and for corners we need to have 45 degrees, because 90 and 180, and we need as 45 degrees. Or 125 if you want it from opposite side. Let's change that. 45. Okay, and now let's take a look how it may look with the buttons. For that, click on triple dots and paint. And here we already have a beautiful gradients with a button. Okay, if we'd like to go with a CSS, here we could preview it and modify. As you may see, here we go with 225 in the moment, but it's not important for us. First of all, just share that and copy. Now we may pass it in our solution. But before doing that, at first we need to add NuGet packages. So let's manage NuGet packages and browse for MagicGradients. Here it is. You can add it only for a shared solution. It will be enough to work it. But if you would like, really, you can add for each project. So now we need to copy and paste XMLS file. You need to paste a namespace. Sorry. Yeah. Now we need to paste a namespace. Let's copy it from a GitHub because it have quite beautiful name, Magic. Let's copy that and start our solution. While it's starting, I will start typing our button. It will be just a frame with a grid inside, background MagicGradients, and label on top of it. Magic view and a label. As it should be a button, let's add some default margin, for example 30, and let's center it. To pass horizontal alignments, center and expand, and vertical options is just a center. And also as some border color, let it be silver, for example. And we'll finish with that. Here we have something more or less similar to a button. Now let's add some properties for label. For example, text color, it's good to be white. Text, let it be button. And we can show it because we have a white background at the moment. And let's center it. Center and expand, and the same for horizontal options, center and expand. Okay, we are good with that. So how we can, let's go once again and copy our CSS, but we can't immediately insert it into our gradient view because it's copied for us at CSS. First of all, we need to eject only this gradient from that all. We don't need a background size or background repeat. We are not needed for our example. So let's copy it and place here. And go to README and take a look how we can use CSS inside XAML. For that, we need a CSS gradient source with a string. Let's copy that and replace gradient from a sample with our. As we can see, we already have the default gradient and replace with us. Okay, nice. We have a nice button with a beautiful gradient, but it's not looks like a button when we clicked. For that, we have quite simple solution. We need once again go and install additionally Xamarin Community Toolkit. When we will install that, we have a quite good blog post about touch effect. We're showing how we can implement the native animation for a button for Android, for iOS. So let's copy a namespace for Xamarin Community Toolkit, and let's copy that one single line. Second one command you can attach in your real solution. We don't need it at the moment. Copy it and paste here into frame. Don't be worried if you see that error, it's a mistake, and for most Visual Studios you will not see it. But I'm using a preview version, so time to time we may face some incorrect recognitions. And now we can click on our button. Quite simple code, quite easy to define and preview everything before copy to your solution and run if you have a large application. Just make a paint and you can preview. That's all. Thanks for your attention. Hope it will be interesting and useful for you.